Jellicent say I keep a check. She was a bad, nevertheless.
Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going to be running a double ghost team. This double ghost team did help me climb ELO. Now you have to get really used to using this double ghost team before you can get really good with it. At least for me, it took me a while to get used to it. So before we hop into commentary here, I have the pinned comment up here to my top right, and then thank you guys for hitting over 200 subs. So thank you guys for all the support, and my shorts have been going up, and I'll be posting more PvP content because sometimes I get really low on dust, so that is a big issue for me. So when I build different Pokemon, because I try to show different Pokemon instead of using the same Pokemon, like, oh, this Pokemon does really well, or this Pokemon does really well. Well, we see it a lot on different channels, so I'm trying to show off different Pokemon. So let's go ahead and hop in this commentary here. So what we're going to do here, let's just shield once, and then we're going to farm all the way down. So if you didn't know, Marowak with energy is very dangerous, and Hex generates energy very quick. See that? So we get like 2 Shadow Bones there. I still have a shield, but we're most likely gonna get that shield back. So matching hexes there. So throwing 1 Shadow Bone, and I throw a Hex to match theirs. So fast move the denial there. So that's what I like to do. And so they only have 2 hexes in, so it takes 5 to get to a Shadow Ball. So 3, 4. And I get to the Shadow Bone here. So this will be taking out the Jellicent now. So let's go ahead and see what they have left. So throwing that. And then they have a Drifblim, so this is GG's, we win this. So if you didn't know, Drifblim means Venusuar wins in the 0 shield here. Believe it or not, even though everything's resisted, you want to go for Frenzy Plant because it hits harder. So I actually won the CMP tie there. I think it takes like 5 hexes for the Icy Wind, and it takes 6 for the Vine Whips. But Hex is a 2-turn fast move, I believe, and Vine Whip is a 1-turn fast move, so able to get to this Frenzy Plant here. You don't want to go Sludge Bomb, and it still is resisted because of the Ghost typing. Frenzy Plant just hits harder, even though it is resisted. So GG's to my opponent there. Hopping into the next battles. So let's see what we pick up a lead against. So finding a match here. Sorry, it's taking a little while. So hopping into the battles here. So Venusuar into Altaria. So this is a very bad lead. So we're going to go ahead and switch into the Jellicent here. So this is why I run Ice Beam and Shadow Ball. And that's okay. They switch into Superior here. So I'm going to make a very odd play here. So I know my team can do really well, especially Venusuar hits very hard once the shields are down. So what I'm going to do here, I can shield this and get his shield back from my opponent if he wants to take switch advantage. So go ahead and get the Ice Beam off here. There's no need for us to do fast move denial here, because they're going to throw it as soon as they get their Frenzy Plant here. Yeah. So they didn't want to risk it, so this is how I expected it. And then I'm going to come in here and then farm all the way up with a Alolan Marowak. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm getting my opponents, not necessarily trying to take switch, but if I take switch, that's still good as well. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is let everything go through, and I'm going to farm it all the way down. And they still that I was trying to farm all the way down, so I was switching to the Venusuar, at least I was trying to, but I ended up catching a Weather Ball, so it's very nice as well. So catching this Weather Ball here. Now opponent gave up switch advantage, very interesting. So they definitely don't want that definitely do not want that Venusuar up on that Politoed. They could have saved it for that Alolan Marowak, but they give up switch there, so they do let it go. So that is the right play by them there. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Sludge Bomb, and I believe that was CMP tie. If so, we're looking very nice. Then Altaria won't get any form, so let's go see. Yes, it was CMP tie there. Very nice there. So that's exactly what we wanted to do. They throw the Sky Attack here. Now I have 2 Shadow Bones. Now I'm capped out on energy here, so 1 Shadow Bone coming through for the Altaria. I think I have to throw another one. Yeah, the defense fell and a glitch there. I forgot I had a shield. I thought this game was so over, but I think what really helped here was the defense fall. So building up a little extra energy, because I know that they are dry on energy. Now I need 2 Shadow Bones to KO, just in case if that Superior back there has some energy. So go ahead and have a Shadow Bone for there. And I don't think that Shadow Bone would KO without the defense fall, so that was very big. So GG's to my opponent there, taking the win. Very clutch, and that defense drop was very amazing, especially after that glitch there. Now that's been happening to me a lot in GBO. So hopping into the next battle here, Venusuar up against Raichu. This is a very good lead, unless you have, unless they have Psychic, so which is I guess they didn't, so that's why I switched out there. And so I have it up here. Now, I probably should have shielded that. I'll be completely honest. But I'm not going to get a shield. So what we really want to do here is take switch, not switch advantage, but we just want to get shield advantage here. So that's okay. So hoping they don't try to farm down and throw some type of energy. But they actually decide to farm all the way down. So very nice play on my opponent here. So definitely come in here. I think he has 2 Shadow Bones pretty much. And I get a Hex through. So that's very nice. Getting another Hex through. And then he does very nice while doing double Hex, so I don't get an extra move in. And then Shadow Bone coming through. And then, oh yeah, he decides to switch out into a Tentacle here. Oh yeah, this is the lost. So what I try to do here, because I know he's going to go for the Acid Spray, and I'm going to try with the farm all the way down, because Venusuar without energy, then it's just going to get farmed down by the Alolan Marowak, and they have another Pokemon in the back. So what I'm going to try to do here after he Acid Sprays me is I'm gonna try to farm all the way down, but look how much the poison jabs are doing after the defense buff. They're doing more than my neutral vine whips, and he throws another acid spray here. Very, very unfortunate, and I don't think the Lonely Marowak can come back from this. Yeah, I do just believe this is a loss here. So, and even if he has a Shadow Bone, which is I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, he has a Shadow Bone here. He still has a shield, and the Shadow Bone won't KO. Actually, I do have really good IVs, and he sneaks in that extra. Hex, which will KO after this. So very, very unfortunate though. So this is a 4-on-1 set, by the way. So I did very, very good with this double ghost team. So hopping into the next battles here. Yeah, and again, it's not loading me in the game. So Frostlass, and then I switch into Jellicent. This is a very bad lead anyway. A very bad swap in from them to swap into from a Dragonite. So going for the Shadow Ball here, because they're going to be 100% shielding, and I think I can tank this Dragon Claw. I'm not sure if I shielded or not. I think I do shield it, and yeah, so I don't get farmed down by Dragon Breaths afterwards. So shielding the Dragon Claw, hoping to get some shields. Now going for the Ice Beam. Ice Beam is double super effective, but it's the same energy as a Shadow Ball, so go ahead and go for the Ice Beam here, and they do decide to shield it. That's very, very nice. And CMP tie, very lovely. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this go here. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go. It doesn't actually KO, but one invisible Dragon Breath will KO. And so coming back in here, I think I'm just going to farm a lot. So I think I do decide to shield this. And I'm just going to overfarm just a bit here. I think maybe 1 or 2 hexes over. So 1, 2, 3, and then I throw. So very, very nice farm. Overfarm by me over here. So throwing Shadow Bone, this will KO. And so let's see what they bring. If they bring the Frostlass, it's going to get Shadow Bone. So this is going to be very, very dangerous. Ghosts are very, very powerful and stuff, but no, they bring in a Victini, so very, very interesting. So I have almost 2, and then they do decide to catch onto the Frostlass, so that's okay. I'm gonna go throw in my Venusaur before they get off the Shadow Ball. Though Avalanche, very nice. Now I think the opponent could have done here is let me farm all the way down and just try to farm my Venusaur with the Victini, because now that since they threw, I was able to get the 1 hex in, and then now I have a Shadow Bone, and then just 1 more hex will take it out. So that's a GG's to my opponent taking that win. I believe we're almost done with the battles here. So yeah, 1 last battle here. So let's go ahead and see how I play this out and take the win. So let's see what we pick up a lead against. So we pick up a lead against Alolan, another Raichu, but they come in with a Lapras with Frost Breath. You definitely want to have Ice Shard. It gets to moves very quickly. So anything this Lapras has, Ice Beam, Skull Bash, Surface, all going to be resisted. So no need to shield. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go. And Jellicent is actually pretty tanky, and it has very hard hitting moves though. So it's not gonna be hitting that hard. So Shadow Ball coming through here. To be picking up the shield, very, very interesting there. So I'm going to decide to shield this even though it is resisted. That's okay. So Surf coming through here. And almost to Shadow Ball. So let's go ahead and see if they throw it. And I think it actually takes 8 Frost Breaths to get to a Surf. You can actually look at that, but I think it actually takes 8. So, and then come back on the Raichu, and then we CMP tie on the Shadow Ball here. So Thunder Punch coming through here, so that will be taking me out. So overfarming just a bit, CMP tie on that. So this is probably just a Thunder Punch, but I do decide to shield this anyway. Yeah, so Thunder Punch coming through here, and that was CMP tie, very, very nice. So then I'm able to sneak in an extra Volt Switch there, and this should be KNO, but they do decide to shield. And able to get to the next Frenzy Plant. I think that was also CMP tie. I'm not sure how much energy the Raichu had built up, but either way, Thunder Punch still won of KO from Venusaur's range. So what do they have in the back? So I farm down the Lapras, and they have a Toxicroak. So I'm throwing this Frenzy Plant. Now it is resisted because of that poison typing, but Toxicroak is very squishy. Look how much that did. Swapping immediately into the Alolan Marowak. It can tank 1 Mud Bomb, and so yeah, I think it does about half health here. Yeah, it does about a little over half health, and that's just a non-stat Mud Bomb. That's crazy. And then going for the Shadow Bone here, and then this should be enough to KO. Yep, so taking the winner. So if you guys enjoyed today's battle, please leave a like, consider subscribing if you're new, and leave a comment down below because I do pin people's comments for a feature in my next video. So I'll see you in the next one. Poke Trainer out.